Today, we explore a profound reality. It has reverberated throughout for ages. Silence has not been power. It's not only about biting your tongue, utilizing quiet as a wise tool. Power and clout. Support me in this alter the emotional journey while we learn the 7 powerful advantages that originate from the practice of quiet in the Stoic world. Philosophy. Quietness is not just the absence of sense of words. It's a deep, wise statement that the Stoics find appealing. Seneca recognized that quiet has extraordinary importance in our decisions and interactions. Make it a mirror reflecting our innermost thoughts. Character. We stop when we decide to be silent, believing we don't react hastily and allow our innate discernment lead us. Silence has this amazing capacity to disclose the actual nature of the people. Can tell the intelligent from the foolish. People know when to keep quiet, and they emanate in stillness. Intelligence, a skill they have mastered, of holding out for the ideal opportunity. Acknowledge that words spoken in a hurry might frequently result in regret. In moderation, they make their knowledge known. The world as taught to us by Stoic philosophy. Real intelligence is not found in the lots of words, but in the careful and deliberate decision about when to speak as well as when to keep quiet. So as we investigate the advantages of quiet, keep in mind the Stoic knowledge that highlights the critical need of understanding when to let the globe can hear you and knows when to allow silence's beauty to speak for itself. Which is why I'm in today's video. I'm going to talk about 7 advantages of lack of sound. 1. The opponent becomes confused when there is silence. First of all, silence confuses the adversary in the Stoic domain. Patience is not wisdom. Silence is a calculated action that can disarm adversaries and bring about victory. It is the work of art, waiting for the ideal opportunity. Like to a player of chess considering his SSU, the ancient philosopher will now proceed. German military strategist recognized this idea well. He frequently employed SCI as an efficient strategy. The strategic idea of ancient military strategist Sun Tzu. Chinese philosophers have insightful thoughts on the value of quiet for triumph. Sun Tzu wrote regarding this primary in his well-known classic, The Art of. In this essay, he addressed not just the efficient use of force, yet with a concentrated regarding strategy and psychology. One of Sun's renowned guidance is to not disclose your plans to your rival. Allow them to conjecture and estimate. Creighton Caney and uncertainty in your thoughts. He frequently highlighted the idea that mystery and quiet can apply a form of mental pressure on the rival, perplexing him, and conjecture about your motivations and acts. Sun Tzu further pointed out that protecting the words assist you in not only disclose your choices, but it also permits you should watch and listen to your opponent. Closer by, demonstrating endurance and calmness, you can make an impact. Having assurance and discernment in the Sunu gave instances of situations in which quiet to put adversaries in ambiguity, surrounding their choices and activities that this tactic frequently entailed, generating uncertainty and unpredictability to raise questions about the opponent's thoughts, which enabled him to numerous significant military triumphs. History and illustrated the strength of in times of war. Silence and Sonu, therefore, not only profoundly comprehended the Stoic philosophy in addition to understood how to use it to develop practical tactics in combat and envision and in life. In the art of war battleground, where soldiers are expecting your behavior, yet you say nothing and allow the suspense to grow. In that silence, opponents start to get restless. Uncertainty clouds my mind, leaving you to ponder your. Silence diverts intents. Teachers show us SSU's expertise. When you make your adversary uneasy with your quiet, his focus moves away from his. Aim for you and your tactics. With this antiquated tactic with Stoic roots, principle serves as evidence of the significant effect of silence. It emphasizes the notion that occasionally, by remaining silent, we can do more than as much as we could have done with words. Examine the benefits of silence now. Keep in mind its strategic power, and how you may via quiet overcome obstacles and opponents with number 2, wisdom and grace. 2. Take out any distractions. Get rid of distractions. In terms of strategy, we are continuously noise-filled, never-ending notifications amid the turmoil of the global scene, but in the quiet that gives us room to think, create plans and strategies for us. Forward, the greatest historical minds understood the value of quiet and focus. They made use of this ability to make crucial choices and succeed astounding achievement. The quiet mind is the source of innovation when you remove distractions, allowing your thoughts to stray, establishing links and locating solutions. It's possible that the noise in the calm tactician in the middle of the mayhem keeps their cool and considers the wider picture, the enormous life chessboard, and create deliberate actions in a world overtaken. Data silence enables us to divide the important from the unimportant. In these quieter moments, we might discern the silent signals noise. Expert is aware of the impact of presence when you put your all into the work. However, this intense concentration produces a source of inventiveness and productivity. When you do speak, your words have impact. Wait in the quiet. They've looked at every factor, took into account every choice, and decided unambiguously that silence does not mean inaction. Denotes careful and decisive action is the waiting period prior to the crucial action, the previous breath, the leap in tranquility that we discover in nature. Let us find the power again via peace. Of silence is wisdom and simplicity. Accept the power of silence and get rid of it. Ignore outside distractions and use smart thinking. In certain instances, you actually become the ruler of your destiny. Gautama Buddha an additional notable of wisdom, exhorted us to use our phrases. He suggested we think about 3 vital inquiries prior to discussing: is it valuable, is it required, and will it result in regarding an improvement. In this technique of speech filtration serves as the basis for developing stillness within their focus on Stoic philosophy. They have a strong connection in the quiet of our distractions. From our brains disappear, and our focus becomes more acute in this quiet. Our ideas become more clear, enabling us to, while many people would believe that thinking and speaking are inextricably linked, the Stoic lessons have shown the profound power seen in the capacity to stand motionless and think before speaking just one word. By doing this, we unleash the potential of genuine focus. Number 3, quiet 3. Quietness draws focus, draws attention. Quietness possesses a magnetic impact, particularly in a group, circumstances, in a world frequently filled of the individual who chose. Quiet stands out as a symbol of tranquility. Have you ever been in a crowded room with discussions taking place all around you, and all of a sudden there is silence during everyone's pause? Unintentionally, focus shifts to imagine a calm presence in the space. The teacher's classroom fighting to keep things under control as the students are always chatting throughout. There is a scene in the entire conference which rivals the professor's voice with the incessant murmur of dialogue, making it challenging to communicate crucial details even during the teacher's pauses. There is silence for a brief period of time in the classroom, as the pupils naturally focus their focus on the instructor. In this situation, the environment of the classroom is full with diversions that impede the process of learning. The instructor's endeavors to impart a valuable lesson are confronted by the continuous hum of side discussions, generating a chaos gaining knowledge surroundings. But there's a hint of hope that the brief pause that comes next. The instructor's pause signifying students are able to concentrate again. When presented with the chance, it's a reminder that with efficient classroom strategies for engagement and management, even the most agitated pupils can pull back into the realm of education. This change in emphasis is evidence of the strength of quiet in the face of chaos. Silence takes center stage, creating a strong instrument for efficient dialogue, as well as impact a resounding reminder of Stoic wisdom. Philosophy has a very powerful force. Within the quiet embrace of quietness, the ability to charm and the ability to shine. Charm doesn't always revolve around elegant speech or grandiose actions. Frequently the quiet power comes first. The quiet listen has a special quality. Charm, you hear more than just words, they take in implicit feelings and subtleties. Moreover, kindness has a magnetic quality. The straightforward act of compassion and helpful may win hearts without being noticed. Having charisma as a leader goes beyond simply concerning issuing directives that motivate them. Their deeds and inspire others in the vicinity when they converse. They do so with every phrase is made with purpose and conviction. Word count quiet is not about being alone. Being silent while present is key. A party's observer is frequently its lifeblood. The impact of a sincere grin. A kind gesture or reassuring touch is indescribably quiets the spirit, so keep that in mind when you're alone. You have the charisma to enchant people. Genuineness and presence are the ultimate statements. Accept charisma's subtle artistic style and observe how it alters both your reality and the globe of people surrounding you. Position 4-4. Quietness enables fortitude. Quietness grows strength teaches us the Stoic philosophy that a lot of people are afraid of quiet because they consider it to be something isolated, or because they don't want to be approved by others, are motivated to seek by this anxiety, ongoing acknowledgement and attention, which eventually erodes their inner fortitude. But the solitude that's frequently encountered in silent times provide a transforming gift that enables us to confront without the masks we wear. Our actual selves show the world in this contemplative, in stillness. We uncover our inner power and understand that our value is not trust in it. Stoicism motivates us to accept solitude as a reflection that depicts our actual nature, which enables us to firmly maintain one's independence from the thoughts or deeds of other people. Silence gives us strength. Something originates internally. Picture yourself as a kid in high school getting ready for a key exam for which you had been studying diligently months, and the strain keeps growing. The nearer exam day arrives, the more of your students are chatting all the time, regarding their research techniques, in comparison taking notes and getting confirmation from others' dread, regardless of how ready they are. Silence, as they interpret it as an indication of loneliness and seclusion, you however, have embraced the Stoic worldview that emphasizes solitude and quiet as a chance to engage in introspection and accurate self-realization, as opposed to continuously looking for outside approval and comparing oneself to what other people have selected. Pauses for silent reflection to assess your own understanding and attitude during these quiet periods. You acknowledge and face your actual potential, that the value of you is independent on the thoughts or deeds of people in your vicinity. By acknowledging quiet as a manifestation of your inner fortitude and self-assurance, you can maintain composure and focus in the face of difficulty. You have faith in your own readiness and muster the inner fortitude to complete your best despite the ongoing discussions and contrasts that Stoics around you. In this manner, philosophy has provided you with this chance to make use of the transformational talent of stillness during a pivotal period in your academic journey. Freedom in number 5. 5. Liberation from conceit or haughtiness. From conceit or haughtiness in one's superiority. Of stillness is where you'll find insight. To remove the bulky shield of pride and conceit, real freedom does not reside in confirming our superiority, but in acknowledging the unity of humanity. Acts don't need praise because they are already personal prize, that the silent giver is happy with encouraging modesty, to acknowledge that when one being incorrect is a strength, not a fragility. It's the route to real personal enhancement of the way of silent humility, which leads but is not without difficulties to the comprehension of empathy and another quality is oneness, humility. Of those who select their language cautiously, they don't aim for notoriety, but are happy with their genuine humility, is not a sign of weakness, if it is the power of being aware of your position. Then it is woven into the vast tapestry of life. In a helpful gesture of goodwill and compassion for those who are most in need, it takes grace to acknowledge when you are incorrect, the insight to take note of your errors. Humility is the link that links you with individuals outside of social race, status, and creed. Thus accept the stillness that conveys freedom and humility. You from the number of pride or arrogance. 6. When negotiating, quiet is helpful. 6 minutes of quiet aid in discussions in the Stoic world. Philosophy. The quiet shows itself to be a strong ally in talks. There is a calculated pause. It can provide amazing outcomes when talks come to a crucial juncture. The skill of silence turns into priceless. Consider a salary, discuss and agree on a pay dialogue situation. In the event that you get a proposal that falls short of rather than responding to expectations right away, give up and remain quiet while you work. For a business and wish to discuss your salary, that you have examined and contrasted the typical pay for your role and keep certain figures in mind regarding what you believe you ought to get rewarded for it. Have yourself psychologically ready to talk about this pay with your supervisor at the time you join the pay discussion and listen to the business's offer. You might discover that it doesn't fit your expectations rather than right away. Responding with criticisms or justifications for can also take a brief break and stay silent as the rationale for selecting quiet, perhaps to make sure you don't react too rapidly and grow tight throughout the negotiating. By being quiet, you will possess the time to consider the offer, and how to react appropriately can also be put exerting pressure on the party engaged in negotiations, particularly if they don't know who you offer. This could lead to their growing the pay or changing their initial suggestion to more closely match your expectations. In brief, stopping and keeping quiet during a pay period. Maintaining control might be aided by bargaining and provide chances for modifications and enhancements to the negotiating procedure. Type 7 and 7. Showing others consideration and kindness. Thoughtful consideration of others' kindness, that small yet meaningful act of offering assistance, not because you need to, but the reason it's appealing is the beating heart of a society that is kind. Generosity resides in contagious laughter. It spreads throughout a pal group inside the warmth of a reassuring embrace, and in the kind listening ear of someone who, without passing judgment, listens. The unselfish commitment of nurses and caregivers who treat patients' bodies as well as men's spirits. You are under the grip of consoling phrases and the calming presence at vulnerable times. The basis of education is kindness, where educators do more than just transmit knowledge, but additionally fan the flames of inquiry. Dreams are inspired by the unsung. Heroes who pause to show us some love picked up our planet's shared home by rubbish picking up trees and promoting a more sustainable global goodwill. emerges vividly in the bravery of firemen, as well as first responders who put their lives to save human beings as well as our four-legged friends. We're in the global peace movement where millions of people speak up and hands together, stating that kindness, because kindness will always prevail. Hate as well as kindness and violence are in the act of sharing food with someone. Whether it be a meal in knowledge or need with those who desire it, it's the heart. Open heartfelt conviction that there is plenty. We implore everyone here now to embrace benevolence and thoughtful consideration for others to reach out, smile, or give a gentle word of wisdom and kindness is a quality that goes hand in hand with those. They speak less and use their words carefully, recognizing with great attention the effects of their voice on other people. Let's explore the narrative of Jane, a young lady who, in a busy city, she's encountered several obstacles in her life, ranging from losing her family and her career in a catastrophic vehicle collision that destroyed everything in her. But life appeared to be unraveling. Jane never lost hope once she began serving as a volunteer at a community center, that she made friends with those that were struggling and sympathized with them. Jane was always willing to help, listen, and share. As soon as a chance presented itself, she turned a wellspring of inspiration for others, assisting them in feeling less alone and informed that they have support from someone. At all times, Jane once got to know a young man named Michael, who had experienced a challenging time after he was laid off. Jane revealed her personal experience and how she overcome hardships. She shared with him counsel and encouragement, and they grew close, friends. Because of Jane's encouragement, Michael not only obtained employment, but also realized his aptitude for instructing, and he became a teacher by imparting knowledge. For poor kids, he commits his efforts to helping the community. Michael and Jane's tale demonstrates reverence and concern, for Jane demonstrated her affection and empathy for others, and this began to and improved Michael's situation, life and the neighborhood in which she lives. Tale brightens and expands the world helpful location because of everyone's regard and consideration for others. This is Tom and Emma's story. Tom and Emma share a tight relationship. Since they were young, they have always had friends, a kind heart, and were prepared to assist others. Emma eventually felt more and more depleted, feeble, and after following a medical checkup, a diagnosis was made. Tom and Emma have a significant medical condition, agreed to travel together on this trip. Tom turned into a reliable friend for Emma. Beside her, constantly, even in the most, she dedicated time every day during the tough times, watching out for Emma and ensuring she was eating healthily and cheering her up. They went to self-help group as well, gatherings and activities. Emma imparted knowledge to all about tolerance and love in the conflict. The difficult journey in the fight against illness strengthened them, and they discovered significance in discussing their experiences and knowledge with others. Emma passed away one day. Following a patient and battled valiantly prior to his departure, he battled the illness, told Tom, "Thank you for always being there, supporting me and enhancing my life value." Tom, who was still alive, carried on their journey. Imparting the knowledge of compassion and love for others, they had learned he became a pioneer in assisting patients and family experienced comparable hardships. The story of Tom and Emma is a testament to love and care for others. They established a deep bond and demonstrated mutual respect and kindness throughout their challenging journey. As described in this story, it makes the world warmer and more meaningful through valued relationships and true friendship. We've explored 7 profound benefits of harnessing the power of silence according to Stoic philosophy, from creating strategic confusion to improving concentration, to building self-confidence and strengthening inner strength. Silence proves to be a transformative force. Now, conclusion. It's your turn. take these timeless principles and apply them in your own life. Practice the art of discerning silence, knowing when to speak and when to let the beauty of quietude speak for itself. Embrace the strength that comes from within. If this video resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more motivational content, my friends. 7 traits of people who speak less are not traits of silence, but traits of depth. It's about community, creating with intention, empathy, and authenticity. Thank you for joining us today as we explored the transformative power of speaking less and listening more. Remember, your words hold power, and by speaking less, where necessary, you can create more meaningful connections and impact in your life.